What's so stupid it's actually genius?
Intentionally failing repeatedly at a particularly shitty job that you hate doing in your workplace so eventually you're not asked to do it anymore. I know this because I have employees that have done this.
Whatever happened to the Snuggie? I remember laughing at the mere existence of those sleeved blankets. Then I was joke gifted one, and I fucking loved it. Spam, robocalls, pop-ups, unskippable ads, dick pics, etc. Everyone hates them. Hates them enough that they should backfire for the advertiser. But the haters just try to ignore them and move on, and that makes the 0.00001% of people that respond to them make them economically viable to torment the rest of us.
Being really bad at things like fixing iPads. My dad and uncles need help with their tech stuff all the time, and they always come to me because my sister is hopeless with that stuff. She's not, but she's got them believing that
building a giant horse giving to your enemy and then sabotage your enemy with warriors inside. One day a little kid, probably in kinder, asked me to spell a cup. I answered by saying UYECUP. Confused, the kid said no, it's ICUP. I laughed and said
lather, rinse, repeat, plop, plop, fizz, fizz, and take two and call me in the morning. All advertising campaigns to get you use twice as much of something than you really need to.
Adding a $200 monitor and motivational videos to a $200 exercise bike and selling it for $4,000. Selling your panties online. The Nassif theory. Doing something illegally in an obvious fashion somewhere you shouldn't be doing it will make your action go unnoticed. For example, smoking a joint in front of a police station. People will think that no one in his right mind would do it, so it must be a rolled cigarette and not a joint. I live in a country where it's illegal. Disclaimer, that theory hasn't been scientifically proven, so try at your own risk. Microtransactions in gaming. There is always someone willing to buy them.
Sometimes red, sometimes blue.com. It's literally a website that is either red or blue that changes when you refresh it.
Tons of comedies like Airplane through Zoolander and beyond, but not Zoolander 2. A lot of times I'll be raving about a movie and I'll have to give a disclaimer, it's ridiculously stupid, but hilarious.
Multi-level marketing. Genius when you're the actual CEO of the company. Stupid because it's horrible to do to people.
Homer. Me and my mom agreed on that Homer's script had to be written by a genius because no one could think of this dumb shit. We had lots of laughs discussing.
I have always had a terrible memory. Back when I had reasons to send actual letters through the mail, I would always forget to buy stamps. So, if I really needed to mail a letter, I would put my own address as the recipient and the intended recipient as the sender so that it would be returned to sender. Which is actually the intended recipient. Worked every single time. I expected it to fail a few, but it never did, selling 1 million pixels for $1 each. https://n.wiki.org/wiki/the_million_dollar_homepage.
20 years ago, oldmanmer.com. https://oldmanmer.com, one of the first proto-game review comedy websites, created by two of the guys who helped create games like Portal, created a video game review system based on how long it took you to find a crate, or barrel, in the video game, as a way of commenting on how lazy game designers had become. The Start to Crate review system. https://www.oldmanmer.com/features/40.html, is easily so stupid it's actually genius, selling pet rocks.
Loading up on Tesla stock even though it's already at an all-time high price. I remember reading that this company, I think they made candy bars or toothpaste, and they spent exorbitant amounts of money for this engineering firm to create a device that would clear the empty packages from the conveyor belt to separate the full packages from the mistakenly empty ones. After all the money spent, and all the time to develop this new system, they went to install it and found that a woman on the assembly line had taken a fan from the storage room and angled it at the conveyor belt to blow off the light empty packages while the heavier packages that actually contained the product didn't move. And it was flawless. Just a stupid industrial fan that did the job perfectly without thousands and thousands of dollars and months of R&D. The shit my D&D party comes up with to solve simple problems.
The Room, Tommy Wise picture.
PPTP. It's a little fabric cone you put over male baby's penis to prevent them peeing all over you while you change them.
The idea of just turn it off and then turn it back on again.
The guy who created a fake traffic jam on Google Maps by carting around 99 cell phones.
Selling your used yoga pants online.
You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about.
Coors Light marketing.
When I was in college, I watched one of the foreign exchange students eating Cheetos from the bag using chopsticks. At first I thought it was kind of silly, then I realized how genius it was because that way he wasn't staining his fingers.
My fan wasn't working yesterday, so I gave it a good smack and it started working, so violence was the answer.
I saw a man with an e-bike towing a trailer. On the trailer was a gas generator that his bike was plugged into.
Spray cheese. It's just a bottle of high cholesterol for parties and miscellaneous purposes. Back in 2005 there was a guy who managed to trade up a red paper clip into a house through a series of 14 transactions in a year. Here is the wiki about it: https://n.wikipedia.org/wiki/1_red_paperclip.
Taking Bikini Bottom and pushing it somewhere else.
Education, schools mostly. First you think it doesn't do its job, but then it either fucks up your life and you become smallest part of system, or it brings you to the top and actually be a system.
If you rob a store naked as a minor, the police can't watch the security footage without committing a crime.
Clap on. Clap 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 off. Clap clap.
Bottled water. Edit. Assuming you have access to clean tap water. Constantly repeating a lie until people believe it.
Adam Sandler movies. The guy makes some of the worst stuff, and most of it nothing more than a front to hook up his former SNL buddies, but it seems to pay off well.
Selling bottled bath water for $30.
Giving homeless people homes. It worked in city and that state saved money on unpaid medical bills, legal, and law enforcement fees, and also prison fees just to keep homeless in a cell just for vagrancy.
WD-40 will take anything off a wall. But then you need to get that off the wall.
A person I know maxed out their student loans to buy a trailer and plot of land to live on. They're on IBR and eligible for PSLF, so the govt is about to buy them a house in another couple of years.
MLM and pyramid scams.
Sliced bread. Like we can slice it ourselves. But people are too lazy to.
Using a CD drive SATA bay to install the Windows 10 upgrade when the CD drive and all the USB ports are broken. Source: MTech, who has installed Windows 10 at least 300 times in the last month on 10-year-old potato computers.
I don't know if this is common knowledge or not, but instead of dipping Oreos into a glass of milk, put them into a bowl, add milk, crush them with a spoon, and enjoy your Oreo cereal.
Turning your treadmill into a PS4 controller to get exercise.
Pretending you're dumb so people lower their expectations, and then surprising them with the smallest task.
Dilly dilly, Bud Light's ad slogan: playing copyrighted music if you make a personal porn, so if it gets leaked the copyright owners have to track them down and delete it themselves.
Selling bathwater. Sure, it's stupid and weird and gross, but that chick must have made a killing.
We have people admitted to the hospital all the time for drug-related reasons, or they happen to be on drugs and come in for something else and don't tell us, and begin to detox, vomiting, sweating, runny nose, dry cough, chills. If they get the standard anti-vomiting meds, but sometimes that doesn't even do it, depending on how much they use. If they are still vomiting, then we try them on one more drugs, and if still no response, we go old school them. Get a couple of pads in them to your nose and have them breathe deeply. Try this for 20-30 seconds and you are about to witness a miracle. So why no just start with them in the first place? They only work for a few minutes, maybe half an hour, and you usually want your patient vomit-free for at least 8 hours. Hopefully forever. You can even leave them at bedside and they can use them as they need them. TL Doctor solved the problem of vomiting with inhaling rubbing alcohol, instead of going directly to a doctor.
eating the vegans because they are primary consumers and normal people are secondary consumers, tossing toilet paper into the toilet before you piss. It limits the splashback.
If it's stupid but it works, it ain't stupid.
Food stamps. Have you seen that show Extreme Couponing? People like to make fun of them, but in the end they literally buy food that would cost $2,000 for zero. I even saw a woman that not only ended up buying food for free but the shop had to pay her a few bucks. Brilliant.
My friend needs to read in pink but the teacher didn't have an overlay, so the retarded friend said, just highlight it pink and it worked. https://www.adweek.com/creativity/cards against humanity spent 100k digging giant pointless hole holiday stunt bleak 2016 1744948/.
Asking the elderly to send you gift cards because their computer has a virus.
The reverse of the curse of competency, the blessing of bullshit. Doing the bare amount that keeps you employed, but fucking up the big things so they're someone else's problem. Seen it. Lived it.
As a supervisor, I hate when my employees do this. But it does work. You're not going to be my choice for a promotion when one opens up through.
As a husband, I feel personally attacked. The Snuggle was primarily invented so that wheelchair users could use it easily and still be mobile. Obviously the marketing on that is pretty niche, so they didn't advertise it that way, and it became sort of a meme because to able-bodied people it seemed like a ridiculous thing. Why not just use a blanket or a robe? This is sort of a trend in those as seen on TV products, like that banana slicer. It seems like a useless thing to many people, but if you have limited mobility in your hands it probably is a very useful tool that can help you day to day. Anyway, that's just a little fun fact for you. Have a nice day. Dude, Snuggies are great and I'll fight anyone who says otherwise. And I'll be warm and cozy while I do it.
I used mine all the time in my old apartment. The place was so energy inefficient we just kept it just warm enough so the pipes wouldn't freeze. The Snuggies were great to use while gaming.
I'm wearing a Slanket right now. This brand came out before the Snuggie and is better. I'm not trying to start a fight. I have two. One for the couch and one for typing at my desk. They help me save money in the winter because I can turn the heat down and throw on my trusty Slanket.
I'd rather see ads than have to pay for the G Suite.
I do the same thing at work. Just pretend you're hopelessly incompetent or slow and they'll always ask someone else to do it. Deliver exactly what they want promptly and they'll promptly deliver new problems for you to solve. Only really works if you don't want to get promoted and have a job that's hard to get fired from, though.
My family tech support contract specifies no Apple devices. My sister comps that noise.
What a nice gift. Such a nice horse.
Plot twist, they immediately burn it as an offering to Ares to thank him for ending the war. They launch it back.
It's ironic that the ruler of Troy was clever enough to kidnap the most beautiful woman in the world, build an impregnable wall around his city, and stock over 10 years' supply of food and water in anticipation of a siege, and yet he fell for a wooden horse filled with soldiers. The Trojans must have been partying after they saw the Greek ships leaving, and as with many bad decisions throughout history, drugs and alcohol were involved.
Kid fell for his own trap. A fool. Knock knock. Who's there? I eat map. I eat map who? Ha, you eat poo.
I wish I could give you a medal.
Say mother may I, then spell cup. Also, try spelling pig backwards, then say funny colors.
Lots of commercials even do it subtly. Take a toothpaste advert. They put onto the brush far more than you should, just so people start doing that unconsciously.
Ethan Kraft and Lizzie McGuire said this was his secret to having nice hair. Don't repeat. I never once repeated washing my hair with shampoo in the course of a single shower. Makes me wonder though, is there anyone who actually repeats? I feel like that campaign was probably pretty useless.
And then charging $50 a month subscription service to keep being able to see the motivational videos.
Is that how much those things cost? Who would buy that?
Yay, if I was even a moderately attractive girl I'd have an OnlyFans and private snap so fast it's not even funny. People are seriously just giving these girls money. We live in a weird time.
Even better, feet pics. You don't need to buy or replace anything.
Doesn't even have to be yours. The kind of volumes that some people move, it's definitely not theirs.
Doesn't seem stupid to me though, just weird. But I'd be selling the shit out of mine if anyone would buy lumberjack man panties. Moo ladies, if you like the nice scent of ball sweat.
I've mentioned this a few times on Reddit over the years, but I had a family member with a talent for separating people from their money. Always legally. And my favorite story was in the very early e-commerce days. She was running a successful, mundane online business, something like helping rural doctors source medical equipment, and had a small staff, all women. They made more money on the hustle they'd figured out. The women would get to work and put on socks and wear them just long enough to get them a little stinky, about 2 pairs each a day, so 10 pair total a day. They'd post ads for them on certain sites, usually with a Sears catalog-style model photo to go with it, and sell them.
Still figuring out how to get into the business.
Someone once offered me money for my underwear after I posted a progress picture on a weight loss sub. My boyfriend and I laughed about it. Then he said, if you want to, I don't mind, so I told the guy I would do it. He soon backed out.
Tell that to my brother, who earned the nickname Criminal Mastermind for getting arrested smoking one right behind a police station when he was a teen.
I knew a guy that shoplifted with this method. He would walk into Walmart, early 2000s mind, just grab a TV or whatever, and walk brazenly out the front door. Nobody questioned it, because he never acted suspicious. Edit, a number.
/r/act like you belong.
Alright guys, I'm going to go 130 miles per hour in a 35. Nobody will notice.
Huh, didn't know there was a name for it. It's something I've tried on occasion.
The gym I used to work out at had a police station right next to it. I've never enjoyed smoking a bowl or blunt more than when I was sparking it up in the parking lot before my workout. No one ever bothered me about it, and honestly I never felt like my stash was safer. And this is in Texas, where it's still very illegal.
For real. When microtransactions first started to be a thing, I remember rolling my eyes when I saw them and thinking, who would spend money on that? Turns out, lots of people.
I don't mind it in games like Dota that is free and the skins are not P2W. I have played that game for 8 years and have probably spent a total of $60, so not really much. But in games where it's either P2W or if you have to purchase the game as well, it's dumb.
I prefer picturefhotdog.com myself. Edit, my keyboard sucks.
Thank you for watching. We publish amazing Reddit stories every day. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe to keep the dog smiling.